Okay. They recently launched an NVR, where you can pull in any of the Dahua or Hikvision brand cameras, but that's purely just for video viewing. They launched their own cameras that works on their NVRs, and you can also do line crossing, facial detection with their cameras right on the Ajax app. Right, so there's a software that you can install on any laptop, which is called the Ajax Pro software. There's also an app for the Android phones and iPhone phones. It's also called the Ajax Pro. And then there's a normal Ajax app for the end user. So you as installer will download the Pro software, you will do all your configurations. From there onwards, which I'll show you later, you get the email, and then you hand over everything to her profile, which she can then go on and on the system, disarm the systems. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do in it. But basically, on the Pro app, you're going to do the full installations, adding the zones. But from Paradox, they talk about zones. Here, they talk about scenarios.
Scenarios.
Yeah, they call it scenarios.
So scenarios.
Yes, scenarios. That's what they call it. A whole different approach to what we know as partitioning and zones on alarm systems. Okay, so distribution category growth. When this was launched, you can see by 2020 they were already in 120 countries. We're in 2024, so they're all scattered all over the world. Ajax is a very good system. They do say that your products, like your PIRs and your hubs, can do a distance of 2 kilometers. Yes, open air line of sight, but nobody's going to install a system open air line of sight. No. So the minute when you install a hub in a building and you install a PIR 3 walls away from it, then that distance is going to become shorter. No. Okay, so it's always good practice to check your signal levels when you install Ajax. Monthly output, they put about, in 2020, they actually put about 450,000 devices out in the market. In 2024, that has doubled what they're putting out. Staff growth, they were sitting in 2020 on 1,300 employees. I think they run about 2,500 employees now. And they've got a big load of engineers working on the products, developing new products every month, releasing new firmwares for the hubs and all their PIR passes. They are third place among the 30 most powerful UK startup companies. So they really got a good product in hand in it. And I know you've heard everywhere about Ajax systems. Yeah. Okay. So they've got 2 plants. Currently they've grown their plants in 2024 to I think about 4 or 5 plants where they manufacture and test all their products. 1,800 employees, that was in 2021. And then you can see from 2020 where they were sitting on 1,300, now they're sitting on 1,800 employees. Okay, 350 R&D teams, that is specialist engineers working on the products, and then 500,000 monthly production outputs. That's what they put out, all the current devices. Okay, like I said, 2020 they were in 120 countries. That has expanded significantly. Where can we use Ajax? Well, in apartments, houses, offices and stores. There's different applications where you can use Ajax. You can even install it in your boathouse, for instance, and because these hubs, they're not dependent on land networks. You can insert a 4G SIM card and you're up and running. You get the notifications straight to your phone. Okay, industrial enterprises, warehouses, yachts, houses on wheels. So anywhere you think you can use Ajax systems. Warehouses, when you quote an Ajax system for warehouses, you must be very careful of the Wi-Fi interference in those big buildings, the steel structure. So the placement of your device is very crucial where you're going to put it. You can't expect to install one hub and 400 devices and think that everything will work because they advertise that the range is 2 kilometers. You're still have to be observant of your surroundings and the steel structures in the building. The signal levels, which you can see on your app, which we're going to show you later, does give you a clear indication of the signal quality and the signal levels. Okay, but it drops down to one signal bar, and then you have to add on a Rex extender. So they do also give you the options to purchase an extender, and then those devices in that area will then be added to that extender. But the rule of thumb is to lay a network cable from your extender to the hub. But that means that you're going to have to put in a network switch between the hub and your Rex extender for good communication. Because if you just put an extender there and it's a wireless communication back to the hub, it's the same, it doesn't make a difference. So, so those devices needs to be interlinked together with a network cable, so that you know that devices on the far end will reach your hub, if you understand. Okay, so there is some of the products. This middle one is your hub. Then you got different types of door contacts. They also got the option where this door contacts, when you tilt your window, it also gives you an alarm system.
Okay.
So it's got a built-in, what they call it, the phone's also got these, the correct word was phonometer, or, I can't say the word. But anyway, when you tilt your phone, it actually shows your screens in it. So that's also got a built-in function like that. When you tilt the window, then it gives you an alarm system. Some of the applications where you can use it is a detector that's got a built-in camera, but it only takes snapshots. It's not live view. So it sends you 3 snapshots, and it looks like a small video that's playing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's on the Ajax outdoor detectors with the built-in cam. So that it takes a snapshot, sends it to your phone as a notification, and then when you go look at it, it's actually 3 photos that's playing.
So any movement that every time you're going to take that.
Yeah, if your system is armed, it will take 3 or 4 snapshots, it will send it to your phone, and it will look like a video, because it just plays the photos. It's like when you draw a little picture in a book,
Yeah.
and every page got a different picture, and it looks like a video. Yeah. They've also got smoke detectors and bicarbonate detectors and so onwards in the Ajax range. It can also detect flooding. So there's a small little module that you can put in on top of your roof by your geyser. So if your geyser starts leaking in it, it can also send you a notification that your geyser is leaking. So it's called the leak detect. It can also control appliances like kettles or switch on a TV. All that can be controlled via your phone. And then in the same control appliances, they've also got a 12-volt relay and a 220-volt relay. You switch on lights, trigger your gate motor. So that's all part of the Ajax range, which you can trigger, arm your alarm system if you've got a different brand of alarm system. They've also got a standalone transmitter and receiver which you can install on any alarm system and then pair it onto your Ajax system. So if the guy got a Paradox system, you can integrate it into your Ajax as well. They've got a standalone receiver or transmitter that takes 8 hardwire zones, and they can all be transmitted individually to your hub.
Okay.
So they've got a very wide range of units. They've got an indoor and outdoor siren. So outdoor siren, which is actually about this size, and they've got a small little indoor siren that looks like this little guy here. Sorry.
Yeah, just to remember.
Yeah, sorry. So there's your door contact, there's your indoor small little siren, or PIR, and then your space remote hub, space remote. But that's just a few of the items that they've got. They've actually got a quite big range, which I'll show you later. Okay, so blackout. All detectors operate on batteries. In the case of blackout, the hub reports the power failure to your phone. So it will tell you when there's no power. Radio channel jamming, the system notifies ARC and users and switches the frequency automatically. So when there's a RF jamming happening in your house, when somebody breaks in, it will notify that somebody's trying to jam your frequencies. It will notify you when somebody's trying to hack your system or your software. Any internet issues, it will report to your phone. Server connection loss, it will report to you. It's got a built-in tamper button, so if somebody tries to take it off the wall, it will also notify you when somebody removes it from the wall. And then if any of the detectors doesn't talk to your hub, it will also notify you. So there's a lot of features building into this so that nobody can sabotage your system. Right, so how does the methodology works of it? You got your detectors that talks to your hub, which is your panel, and then from there onwards, this is also integrated to the Ajax cloud. So they've got a server based in maybe Cape Town or overseas in it, where all these signals goes to, and then it gets to be processed back to your app on your phone. Then also from the cloud, it communicates directly through to the app users, and then to the apps for the Ajax Pro tool and engineers, or the Pro desktop app. And there's for the Android, iPhone, and for your Windows PC is the software as well. And then also the DVRs or the NVRs. They've got an 8-channel and a 16-channel NVR. That's all part of the Ajax app.
Okay.
And you can pull in any of the ONVIF compliant cameras into that NVR. Currently, they don't have stock on their own Ajax range cameras, but I believe that maybe August, September, they will have stock on the cameras.
So that only gonna take for the Ajax, NVR Ajax cameras?
It will only, the Ajax will only talk to the Ajax NVR, but you can pull in any of the other brand cameras into it.
Okay.
So you use the ONVIF. When you go onto the NVR, you select the ONVIF protocol, then you can add the cameras onto it.
Okay.
The Ajax Cloud monitors hub performance at least or once every 10 seconds. That can be adjusted, the time sequence. It delivers the status of the system devices in real time, so it's very instant that you get the notifications on your phone. It allows users to configure and manage the Ajax from anywhere in the world. Uses 3 independent data centers, which guarantees consistent access to your system. So they got multiple servers. The one is down, the other ones are still operating. Okay, Ajax Cloud responsibilities. They take care of the communication between the hub and the users on your phone. So they take care of that, and that's free of charge. You don't pay anything for that. If messages are brokerage between users and CMS hubs, they will also take care of that. Supervision monitoring, observation platforms, the data backups, the integration point with third parties. Now, that integration point with third parties, when you purchase an Ajax system, unfortunately, we're going to have to contact Ajax. Their software is integrated with Listener. Listener is most the software that you use at your alarm companies and Watch Manager. So that has already been integrated. I believe there's a small fee that you have to pay in it, and then there's a form that you have to fill in, and then they link you up with the guys, let's say MonitorNet or ADT, on those people. Then they do the link up for you, and then they can start monitoring your alarm system. So the integration is already there, and then also the updates and management of each hub, they take care of the firmware upgrades as well. But that's only when you've applied your automatic updates on it. Okay, so Ajax Cloud, 1.5 million requests per minute. So you can see how many data it can handle through the cloud. 1.5 million requests per minute from the hub it can handle. Quite very easy and sustainable. Low priced. Ajax is actually a very expensive system, but anyway, sustainability or scalability, yes, you can actually, it can take up to 250 devices on one hub, so that's quite a big range. We can go through that. Right, so the radio technology or frequency that they talk about is Julia on their hubs, and then also wings, which is 1,700 meters. The Julia, which is the hub 2 plus, those range of hubs, they go up to 1,000 meters, but that's only line of sight. Okay, so when you install it in an environment like this, a building or a steel structure building, you're going to get less than 500 meters or 1,000 meters. Okay, but if you install your Rex extenders, yes, then you can get actually up to that range, up to that distance. Then there's smaller hubs like the normal 2G hubs, and they work on Z-wave and then normal Wi-Fi frequencies, which is 150 meters. Okay, the two-way radio technology, transferring alarms and events within the system, connects devices up to 2,000 meters away, line of sight. It transmits alarms from detectors to the hub within 0.15 seconds. So when a PIR has picked up movement, within 0.15 seconds, it will trigger the signal, and then within maybe 2 seconds, or not least 1 second, you'll get a notification on your phone. But that's also network dependent. It depends on your service provider's internet, how fast they are. The detector's battery life can operate up to 7 years without any battery replacement. Also depends on how many movements that detector picks up. And then also a radio jamming, interference, all that the system picks up.
Okay, this one I want to know, is for 150 meters, what is says gonna, is the short distance when?
The Wi-Fi, the short distance, and the other one.
Yeah, this one.
The Z-wave. So those were the older hubs, the 2G hubs.
Or the old ones?
Yes. On the new hubs, the Hub 2 Plus and the 4G or the 5G hubs, they all work on Julia.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Okay, so their distance are quite significant.
So we are working on the new one there.
Yeah, so this is just an example. Ajax works on Julia and Wings.
Okay.
Where all the others, Zigbee and Z-Wave and Wi-Fi, those are the distance that you get.
Oh, okay.
But when you purchase an Ajax system, that is the total distance line of sight that you're going to get.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about Zigbee, Z-Wave or Wi-Fi. Zigbee is used on maybe IDS or Paradox systems. They work on these short range. Where Ajax works on the Julia and Wings. That's their own Wi-Fi protocol. You know the DJI drones?
I hear about it, but
yes.
I don't know.
So they work on a similar Wi-Fi signal, Julia and Wings. But you can get up to 7 kilometers.
So that hub is only connect to the Wi-Fi, or we can connect to the LAN?
You can connect to a 4G SIM card, you can connect to LAN, or you can connect to Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's good.
But when you first set it up, you have to connect it to a LAN network.
LAN network.
From there onwards, you log into the system, and then you can select your Wi-Fi, search your Wi-Fi. Okay. So the Julia, this is connects devices up to 2,000 meters away. On the Wings also guarantees data delivery up to 200 detectors with photo cameras can be managed on the Wings. And it doesn't mention the other 3 because it's not part of the frequencies. So the OS Malvik is a real-time operating antivirus system that's integrated with Ajax servers. It's like an antivirus. So it protects your system from viruses or bots attacks. It verifies devices that is linked to the Ajax server and your hub, and it ensures that the system doesn't get overloaded. So it's got a built-in antivirus system on your Ajax. Okay, so they release updates between 3 and 5 updates per year on your app, so that's always up to date, and at least 5 new features with every update. So you get more functionality every time there's an update on your system. That was between 2015 and 2021. Sorry. In 2024, these numbers have doubled. So they give you much more features than what you pay for. So this is just, it tells you about the Malvich system that is installed in your system, 2-stage arming, alarm confirmation, system restoration after alarm. So there's a lot of features built into your system. Right, product lines. This is where it gets interesting. So I'm just going to blow my nose.
Yeah, no,
it's not
no.
going to just all the time. So currently they've got 4 types of hubs. They've got the regional hub, then they've got the hub plus, the hub 2 and the hub 2 plus. When you quote a client, always stay with the hub 2 or the hub 2 plus, because there's a lot of more features and products.
So that's like you can say like the latest version.
Yes, the hub 2 and the hub 2 plus is the latest versions. You can do more devices on it, you can do more scenarios on it. It's compatible with 4G and 5G.
No, okay.
It's compatible with the higher range, high-end products, and you can do a lot more. You can add more Rex extenders onto the Hub 2 or the Hub 2 Plus. So if they talk about the Hub 2, then it's compatible with the Rex 2.
For the extender.
Yes, so that's extender.
Okay.
So if it says Rex 2 or Rex 1, then you know Rex, the normal Rex will work with the Hub and Hub Plus. But if it's Hub 2 and Hub 2 Plus, you must always add on compatible devices onto your Hub 2 and Hub Plus. Normally the sales guys, they know what to quote you.
Yeah.
We only stock the Hub 2 and Hub 2 Plus.
Okay.
Anyway, we don't stock the Hub Plus and Hub because you are very limited to a certain amount of devices. And for instance, the Hub won't talk to the PIRs that's got the built-in cameras, like these motion cams. Because they will only talk to the Hub 2 and Hub 2 Plus. Okay, so it's comparing the products, but all the other stuff like the keypad plus will talk to the Hub 2 Plus and the Hub 2. The normal keypad will talk to the normal Hub. Leak Protect will talk to any of those hubs. The Glass Protect or the Combi Protect will talk to any of the hubs. But if you want to add on a motion cam, outdoor or indoor motion cam, then you have to purchase the Hub 2 or the Hub 2 Plus for these motion cams to work with the hubs. So they've got 4 different hubs. They've got your indoor security systems, which is the motion cam, the motion protect. So that's just a normal PIR system in your indoor. Keep on showing to the ceiling. I'm used to a PIR. Yeah, so this is the normal motion protect. The motion cam has got a built-in camera. Then you've got your normal door protect, which is this one. It comes in black or white. Then your door protect plus, which has got the built-in tilt sensor, and it's also got a built-in glass break sensor. So if you break your glass, it will pick up that noise.
Okay.
So on the door protect plus. Then you've got also a glass protect, which is just a normal sensor next to your window, so if somebody breaks the glass, it will notify you. And then the Combi Protect has got a lot more added features on the Combi Protect, and also the Motion Protect Plus also a lot more features.
So the Combi Protect, that is normal passive also, like.
It looks like a normal passive, but it's got extra features.
Okay.
It's got like the built-in sensor that picks up the glass breaking. So if you don't want to purchase something like that, but you want to see movement as well, you purchase something like this. So when somebody breaks the glass, it will warn you, and then if somebody is inside the building and picks up the movement, it will also warn you.
Okay.
Then we got our range extenders, the Rex and the Rex 2 extenders. We'll go later on how many devices can you add on the hubs. We also got the motion cam outdoors, the dual curtain outdoor. It only looks sideways, left and right, but it doesn't look forward.
Okay.
So that you must also take into consideration. Then we got the motion protect outdoor, which is dual beams.
Okay.
Then you got your fire protect and your fire protect plus devices. We got your leak protect device. You got your controls like your space remote, your panic buttons. You can choose the double or the single. Then also you got your keypads. You got your street siren, your home siren, your street siren double deck. So it's got a built-in flashlight as well. Okay, and then standalone transmitters, which you can add onto any alarm system.
Any wire alarm system?
Any wired alarm system, Paradox, IDS, FBI, DC, you name it, that multi-transmitter you can add onto it. And then you've got a single transmitter. So if you've got a beam on the outdoor, you can add this single transmitter and then that transmitter will talk to the Ajax hub. So you've got the option for that as well. Then also you've got your relays, your wall switch and your socket. These three items here, which can control gate motors, switch on lights, whatever the case might be, switch on a pump.
Okay.
So you got the option. There's a whole range for this. And then they've added some new products on top of this, like the NVRs, the single channel NVR. They've added more indoor security devices. This was based on when they launched the product. And I'll show you on the website what else there is. All the Ajax apps are free. So the app for the pro is for the installer, and then there's the app for the users. The icon is blue, where the app for the installers like you will be black.
Oh, okay.
So it's two different apps. The client can install this app, you will use this app, and then transfer the devices over to her at the end of the day. It's simply by, when you transfer the device, you just put in an email address, and then she will log in with that email address and create the password. Okay, so what can the end user do? She can arm and disarm the system, get instant notifications, follow the events feed, get detailed device status, test the device, create scenarios like creating partitions and all that. So when you trigger the relay must then send you, or the relay must send you a notification back that the gate is open or closed. It's got an input and an output on the relay. So the output will trigger the gate motor, and the input will be triggered from when the gate is open or when the gate is closed again. You can watch your security cameras within the app, that she can do also, and keep the account protected with the 2FA, that is the antivirus that runs so nobody can hack it. There's also a desktop app version, which you can use from your laptop as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You can actually do a lot more. You get more detailed block events, flexible access, visual alarm verifications. There's a lot of more stuff that you can do than an end user. Because you don't want the end user to fiddle around, creating scenarios and stuff like that. Okay. So, visual verification, the outdoor detector of the building cameras will pick up the motion. It will send, it will raise alarm, and it will send the captured images, which is 3 of those images, or 4, and you'll see the pictures, and it will look like the person is moving. And that all happens within 1 or 2 seconds that you'll get a notification. Video surveillance, they haven't launched this yet, but it works with any of the Dahua, eVision, Sapphire, UniView, EasyVis cameras. That it works on the Ajax systems, and you can connect up to 100 cameras onto the system. So when outdoor beams are triggered, you'll get a notification, and if your camera are linked to that beam, you'll see the camera as well, which is in that area where your beams are. You can stream the video and the sounds, you can save the snapshots, and you can also zoom the video in. Automation types of scenarios. I'm just going to give you a few examples like flood prevention, switch off potential cause of ignition. So when your leak protect device picks up that there's water, you can create a scenario where when it picks up that water, it must switch off the electricity, for instance, of the geyser. But then you have to connect the relay. So you're going to link the two devices together. So when it gets alarmed, it will switch off your power. So that's a type of scenario that you create. You can say at, for instance, 8 o'clock, it must disarm your system, and at a certain time, it must arm your system. That's the scenario. You can say when there's alarm on one of the outdoor detectors, it must switch on your floodlights. So that is a scenario that you create. It's actually straightforward and simple on this system to do. I won't be able to show you how to create that scenario because I don't have a relay. I've only got this door detector and this for now, so I won't be able to show you how to create a scenario. But I'll show you where to go and do it. But I can't link objects because I don't have all the other devices. But when you purchase a full system like that, then our technical staff downstairs, they can do the setup with you. So in the technical area, and they can create scenarios for you and link it up, and you're actually going to do it, they're just going to advise you how to do it. So that's when you purchase the Ajax from us. And then they can assist you on that. Automation devices like the relays that I've shown you, the wall switch, the normal 12-volt relay. So the wall switch is a 220-volt relay. Okay. So you can switch on lights and on with that. The relay is strong enough to handle the 220-volt power, where the normal relay is a 12-volt relay. So you can only trigger gate motors. And then the sockets, maybe switch on a DVR or switch on a TV. So any light unit that doesn't draw too much power, that sockets can switch on and off. It's got a bulb indicator on the side as well. So when it's red, it's on, when it's green, it's off. And then your buttons, and then your free app that you can use. So there you can see, on a normal hub, you can only create 5 scenarios. Okay. On the Hub Plus, which is the one I like, 64 scenarios. On the Hub 2, 32 scenarios, and the Hub 2 Plus, 64 scenarios. So I'd rather stick with the Hub 2 Plus or the Hub Plus, or the Hub 2. Because you'll get most value for money on those devices. The REX and the REX 2, intelligent range extender, communicate at a distance of up to 1,800 meter line of sight. But you have to draw a LAN network cable from this extender to your hub. Okay.
So the extender have to be run the network cable.
Yes.
You can't extend to the Wi-Fi.
You can use a normal Wi-Fi connection, but if your REX extender is 600 meters away, and the detector is another 200 meters away, it's advisable to link your extender, which is closest to the detector, through a LAN network cable to your hub. So any big building has got network cables on the far side and the close side. So it's advisable to use a LAN network cable between your hub and your REX extender. Okay. It's always like that. Your panel will be hardwire, your receivers will be hardwire, but your devices will be wireless. So the Hub 2 and Hub 2 Plus, they can take about 5 REX and REX 2 extenders, where the normal Hub and Hub Plus will only take 1 REX extender. So I would advise, well, the Hub Plus takes 5 normal REX, where the Hub takes only 1 REX. So I would rather go for the Hub 2 and Hub 2 Plus, which takes 5 REX extenders.
Okay, seamless installation. You can see there's your back cover. That you take off, you make your holes or just mark your holes in it and drill your holes, and then this thing just hooks on that back plate. The QR codes are also that you can scan with your phone. All the devices got QR codes. That's how you're going to add your devices onto your phone. So when you add the hub, there's a QR code, you scan the QR code of the hub, then your hub has been added. Then you will have another option where you can add devices. Then you go simply to your first device, scan the QR code, and you name your first device. Go to your second device, scan the QR codes. Unfortunately, the remotes, the QR code is inside the remotes.
Okay.
Or don't throw away the box, because the QR code for the remote is on the box itself. If you lose that box, then you have to open this remote, and they don't open it.